You're saving for yourself or your kids' future, but what if the method you choose is actually making them poorer? You want to give your kids the best chance in life, so you start putting away a little bit each month, maybe in a savings account or a 529, but what if after 20 years, it doesn't even cover a semester of college? The average in-state tuition for college is already over $27,000 a year and rising faster than your savings can keep up. Let's compare an investment of Bitcoin, a 529 plan, and a high yield savings account. Because if you're a parent thinking about your kid's future, you need to understand this now, not 20 years from now. Before we jump into numbers, I'll break down what each of these is. So a 529 plan, it's an investment account meant for education expenses. Sounds great, there's a tax advantage, but you do get penalized if it's used for anything else. Savings accounts feel safe, but 4.5% interest doesn't stand a chance when inflation is chewing up over 3% per year. Bitcoin is a volatile but scarce digital asset. It's not a traditional investment, it's an alternative monetary system, and they cannot print more of it. In this comparison, we're going to assume that we are putting away $100 a month over 20 years. And a CAGR, or a compound annual growth rate, of Bitcoin at 25%, 529 at 6%, and a savings at 4.5%. CAGR stands for compound annual growth rate. I'm choosing 25% for Bitcoin because it's at the low end of an aggressive assumption. And this is assuming strong long-term demand, global adoption, and a limited supply. At the time of this video, Bitcoin is trading at about 118,000. So let's say you just put $100 a month for the next 20 years. And using the CAGRs I mentioned before. In 10 years, here's where you'd be in each account. And by year 20, this is where you're at. By the way, in this model, you would own just under 0.05 Bitcoin. That doesn't sound like much until you realize that if Bitcoin hits 10 million, you've got $500,000. If this kind of breakdown is helpful, hit the like button. My channel is new, and hitting like tells YouTube this is worth showing to other people. Now we can't forget about inflation. All while the dollar continues to devalue, your buying power continues to decrease. For this estimation, we are going to use a 3% annual inflation rate, which definitely feels low compared to how much things overall cost these days, but let's go with that. Now our end results would be a buying power of Bitcoin at 207K, 529 at 25K, and a savings at 21K. Keep in mind your total contribution over 20 years was $24,000. Now maybe you're thinking, Bitcoin is risky. Fair point, it's volatile, but here's the thing. Traditional assets haven't exactly felt safe either lately, and risk cuts both ways. There is risk in doing nothing at all. What if Bitcoin goes to zero? Then yeah, you've lost all your money. Your money's gone. But what if the dollar loses another 50% of its value in the next 10 years? That is a more guaranteed kind of loss. I'm not here to tell you what to do with your money. This is not financial advice, but I am here to share with you what I'm learning, because based on the math, the old way of saving isn't cutting it anymore. Subscribe so you don't miss the next video. These numbers and this mindset is all part of building a future that actually works for us and our kids. Thanks for watching. We're all figuring this out together.